Hello, good day everyone, and welcome back to the Maritime Aviator Vlog Journal session. Officially, this will be Maritime Aviator Vlog Journal session 00148, and of course, this is Operator 60, and I will be making entries on my vlog journal. My blog journal. So for security reasons, I will be saying my vlog journal here on my local language, which is Tagalog. So now that it's out of the way, so I should now begin. So recently, medyo honestly hindi ko alam kung ano sasabihin ko or kung saan ako magsisimula ngayon. Medyo hindi maganda ang sitwasyon ko regarding sa employment situation ko. Remember na sinasabi ko nung last time na sinasabi ko nung last time na na-postpone yung what do you call this? Yung aking deployment date sa barko. Well, it turns out na it has gone through the worst. Ngayon na-postpone na naman siya for the third time, and this time na-reassigned na ako or ni-reassigned na ako ni-reassigned ako for schedule sa isang barko na hindi iyon, which is sabihin na natin magiging komplikado ang problema. Una sa lahat, ang susunod na barko ko hindi na 2 months. It will be a standard 8 months contract. So, ang sakay ko ng barko is medyo mahaba-haba. So, ibig sabihin, I will be out on home for the next 8 months. And since malayo ang matagal ang aking deployment date kung yun ang matutuloy, ibig sabihin, I have to stock up a lot ng video recorded message for at least good 8 months. And at the same time, yung mga emergency na mga kakailanganing gastusin sa bahay, kailangan good at least until time na makarating ako or at least maayos ko financially. Now, in general, hindi okay lang naman na ma-late ako, pero ang problems kasi sa late ko is hindi yung hindi yung mismong actual ng start ng work ko . Ang problema nito yung financial fallout na mangyayari dahil sa delays. I'll be honest, yung mga delays na to is really costing me money right now, and kasi pinlano ko na yung budget ko until January. Lahat ng mga gastusin will be going lahat ng gastusin is already planned out na for January and February. Ang problem is dinelay na naman nila at ni-reassign nila ako sa isang barko. So sa madaling salita, yung contract ko keeps getting worse. And ang problems noon, kung mapupunta pa ako ng January or February ang deployment date ko, ang problema, since may mga utang pa ako na sa mga loan sharks na, ang problema ko kasi nakaset talaga sila by January or February na mabayaran, or at least enough para pagdating ko mabayaran kagad sila. Which is quite fair kasi I have already planned ahead, and I was not expecting na bigla na naman nilang babaguhin for the last time yung sitwasyon ko. Now, ang problema ko, yung financial fallback, which is kailangan bayaran ko yung mga bagay na, mga loan sharks na sabihin na natin it's already been set yung loan shark na yun na magbayad ako ng ganitong January. So, I will be expecting na magkakaroon ako ng problema kasi ang mga loan sharks will be, sabihin na natin they will be after me by January, before the end of this year. Or at least before or after the end of this year, which is a problem for me. Well, anyway, it's the least na it's the least na sabihin na natin magiging problema ko. Pero ang pinaka magiging, ang fallback ko is yung financial kasi, sabihin na natin tatlo yung aking loan sharks na habol sa akin. One is, I'm not gonna mention it for security reasons. But the point here is yung financial fallback na abutin ko dahil doon sa delays na to. I was expecting na November pa na dapat umalis ako. Or, sometime November or October, pero dinelay nila ng December, and ngayon dinelay na naman nila ako ng January. Honestly, I am trying to keep my cool right now and trying to be, sabihin na natin, I am trying to see the best position dito sa light ng situation ko na to. And it turns out, it's keep getting worse. And I'm starting to think talaga na mas maganda pa yung una kong plano na mag-apply na sa ibang company. And since dinelay nila yung dinelay nila at binago na naman nila yung overall terms of nila, Ang problema naman nito is parang magse-set na naman ako ng subquest kasi yung isang papeles ko is set to expire at aabutin nung time na yun, which is somewhere around August by next year, which aabutin yun. So I have to renew that again, which will again unfortunately cost me another money because lalakarin ko pa yun sa Marina para i-renew, and Marina is not very keen regarding sa mga renewals na yan. They're not really that fast. So anyway, yun nga, medyo maano pa yung isip ko ngayon kasi hindi maganda at hindi favorable sa sitwasyon ko yung nangyari sa pagbabago. And yun nga, I am starting to think na mas maganda pa yung una kong plano na nag-apply na lang sana ako sa iba. Hindi pa ako naging sabihin natin, hindi pa ako nangunsume at probably baka nakasakay na ako by this time. But anyway, it's bound to happen din naman na pagsasakay ako, it will be a long term. Which is probably 8 months, at least 8 to 10 months. So, malaking upload ang gagawin ko once na matapos na yung kontrata na yun. And another thing na gusto ko rin i-clarify dito is since nagbago ang contract at nagbago yung sabihin na nating nagbago yung contract in terms nila, or at least yung designated na barko ko na reassign ako, there's a possibility na baka bumaba pa yung sahod ko. Kasi yung original na offer nila is $1,200. I'm not sure kung magkano yun sa Pilipinas. Let me check on sa my calculator. Wait. Just give me a moment here. I'm gonna check sa calculator. Tatype ko lang. Calculator. Okay. So, we just go for basic calculator. So, ang dating sahod ko, assuming na yung offer nila, ibig ko sabihin, yung current na offer sa akin na sahod will be, although it's only 2 months, ang offer nun is $1,200 per month. So, i-compute natin say $55, 56? So, 56 na lang for the best option. Ang sahod ko yun is $67,200 per month. For 2 months, of course. Pero, of course, hindi naman to 67. Akala nung iba kasi $67 la, 67,000 pesos, marireceive ko yon ng buo. In reality, may mga deductions pa yan. So, ang actual seaman salary is less than that. So, ewan ko, kung ang i-offer nila dati sa akin, since balik na naman ako ng barko ko na VLCC, very large crude carrier, there's a possibility na ang offer na naman nila is mas mababa. And huling check ko, yung offer nila sa akin salary last I was in the VLCC was $1,064, which is roughly around 59,000. So, I mean, you get the difference. In Philippine money, 59,500 is quite a bit less than 67,200. So, isipin mo halos I don't know, 8,000 din ang difference ng salary. So, I know I shouldn't be discussing this because this is salary matters, but of course, hindi nyo naman ako kilala, and that's one reason kaya nga ako din nag-VTube, kasi yung confidentiality. Confidentiality, at the same time, transparency. Confidentiality of my identity and transparency about the real situation na I am currently put myself into right now. So, yun nga, there's a possibility na baka bumaba din ang sahod ko within that change of reassignment din sa barko. Kasi there's a rule sa barko na different ships have different salary scales. So, yung previous salary scale ko, it's already good. You know, hindi naman masama yung 67,200 na sahod mo kada buwan, di ba? Or at least, nagto-total. Like I said, hindi yan 100% na sahod ko. I would be receiving less. Pero 67,000 for a period of 2 months, that is not bad. Now, okay, fine. Kasi yung isang to, it's a short contract for 2 months. Yung 1064 naman, this is good for about 8 months. So, multiply na lang natin by 8. So, in other words, mas lalamang, okay, I'm not gonna mention that kung magkano yan because it's a total of 8 months contract. So, kalahating, halos more than half a year ako mawawala sa bahay. Pero thing here is, yun nga, I don't know, hindi siya yung designated talaga na plano ko. And I'll be franking honest, hindi ako komportable pag things do not go on my way or things hindi naayon yung sitwasyon ko sa plano ko. which is not very good. Now, yun, I'm currently not feeling happy right now sa situation ko kasi, yun nga, sino ba naman ang magiging ano nun, sino ba naman ang sabihin natin, sino ba naman natin sabihin natin matutuwa, no? Binago nila yung kontrata ko na naman. Again. So anyway, ganun talaga ang ecosystem at environment sa Seaman. Hanggat hindi ka sumasampa sa actual na barko, yung kontrata na yan is not set and not fixed in stone. Pwede pa yung baguhin, pwede yung mapababa or mapataas. So how does sorry, maingay yung iPad ko. So, how does that apply to common Filipino seafarers? Ibig sabihin, since it's not set in stones, there's a possibility na kung pwede nilang baguhin yan, pwede ka nilang i-clickbait para i-commit ka doon sa isa na yun, sa isang... sorry, nadidistract ako kasi yun nga, I am in the heat of my emotions ngayon, to be honest, and yung iPad ko keeps you know, kind of interrupting me, and I really kind of anyway, whatever. I'm gonna go back again sa mga sinasabi ko. Now, how does this apply again on our sa isang typical na common na seaman? May posibilidad na mag-clickbait yung company nyo. Pagka ganito ang sitwasyon nila, there's a possibility na i-clickbait ka nila. Kasi since hindi pa nakaset in stone yan, pwede nilang baguhin yan at the same moment. Yung to the point na wala ka na halos sa money or resources na magbago. You're too far deep sa situation na yun. So, in my case, yun na nangyari. I'm already far too deep. Kasi I should have proceeded on my first original plan way back November or somewhere around October, which is not a problem. But since dinelay nila ako ng dinelay until December, it already leads to my situation na I'm already in financial trouble and up to the point na meron na ako mga loan sharks that is currently breathing down on my neck. So, yun. Yun ang situation ko ngayon. Ngayon, since dinelay na naman nila ako ng January, February, I am starting to think na baka mas magandang iset ko yung motion ko on yung first option ko na plano, which is yun nga, mag-apply sa ibang company. However, there's a problem. Since I'm already far this deep, kailangan ko pang i-renew yung papers ko kasi at this point, well, sabihin na natin mag-ano siya. Pag nag-apply man din ako sa ibang company, it's still the same. I still have to renew yung mga requirements ko regarding sa, regarding sa employment status ko. Kailangan kong i-renew yung papeles ko. Specifically, yun yung ginawa ko on a few blogs ago, yung tinatawag nating well, I think I blogged that. Yun yung renewal ng basic training and refresher ko. And hindi pa ako nag-VTube noong time na yon. So, yun nga, yun na sitwasyon ko. It's a good thing na I've already taken the seminars para sa Seaman. The bad part is, kailangan ko na siyang, sabihin na nating i-verify, which is kind of funny. Alam mo na sa ecosystem ng Pilipinas or bureaucracy ng Pilipinas, you need a certificate to verify another certificate, which is kind of redundant and foolish, to be honest. Pero, anyway, ganun talaga ang sitwasyon sa Pilipinas. So, yun, I'm kind of frustrated right now sa sitwasyon ko kasi I was not really expecting na i-delay na naman nila ako as far back as January and February. Maybe knows, on worst case scenario, baka February pa to. Honestly, I don't know kung paano ko masabi to. I try to see yung positive things na side nito. But for the moment, masyado na nila akong dinroad dun sa part na medyo magkakaroon na ako ng financial trouble, and it's not easy na i-handle yung financial troubles or yung financial obligations ko, which is coming by January. The loan sharks will be coming out for my head. I know, since hindi naman ako makapag-ano doon kasi indeed nanghiram ako ng money and I am financially obligated and contractually and legally contracted to pay all those money that I borrowed on a loan shark. So yun, honestly, hindi ko alam kung paano isosolve to. But anyway, either situation man, ituloy ko man to or hindi, or I decided to back out. Point here is, kailangan ko pa rin i-renew yung aking yung BT certificate, yung basic training certificate ko, which will take some time, probably a couple of weeks. Depende ito sa Marina, of course, yung authority, but yun nga, I am not happy regarding sa situation ko, and yeah, yun, that's pretty much it. Anyway, since marami akong time, ang siguro masasabi ko lang na positive na situation ko, which I try to smile kahit papano regarding dito, is at least kahit papano I have more time to make VTubing videos before ako mag-proceed. Or at least, either way din naman, ang contract din naman is 8 months. It's either depends upon this employer or my employer or another employer. But fact is, it's about, the contract is still about 8 to 10 months. So, yun, napapaisip na lang ako, how to navigate the situation. So, ang positive sign na lang na siguro masasabi ko is I have more time to make VTube videos, and siguro in some extent, in some extent, yun nga, in some extent yun lang. So, as usual, since ang employer ko mahilig mag-clickbait, kini-clickbait na naman nila ako kasi probably baka, syempre hindi naman sila ignorante or 100% dumb fuck. Sorry for the word. They're not there exactly dumb frack. So, there's a possibility na kini-clickbait na naman nila ako since binanggit na naman ng crewing manager na baka i-renew na naman ang US visa ko, which I've already heard that 2 contracts ago, 2 to 3 years ago, yun din ang dahilan dahil because I was already planning to shift to another company, and that's the main reason why I was clickbait in the first place. Pero I'm not expecting that kasi given sa notoriety ng aking employer na mag-clickbait, hindi ko alam kung ito yung policy ng company or policy lang ng sweet talker ng aking crewing manager. But I'm not expecting that. Ang iniisip ko lang ngayon is how to get myself out of this financial obligation situation because I'm already delayed on my targets. I was supposed to be on work or to be deployed by October, and now it's already January. They're expecting me to sit here in the Philippines like a sitting duck. And like I said, I'm a sitting duck financially, so that will be a problem for me. Anyway, siguro I need some time to rethink about this kasi I'll be honest, medyo I'm not feeling well and mainit ang ulo ko regarding sa situation ko. And I try to laugh at it as much as possible. And anyway, like I said, that's the reason kaya din ako nag-VTubing. I want to to be honest, nag-YouTube in the first place because I want to document and catalog kung ano yung actual experiences as a seafarer in the Philippines. Anyway, yun lang. I guess I need some time and cool my head off. So, I would like to rant about it, but I don't have the luxury. It would take long. So anyway, I am going to log out now. This is Operator 60. Have a great day, everyone, and see you on my next vlog session. Bye-bye.